Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining our webinar today. Today, we'll be discussing how Veritone can help you comply with Law Article 245 and help deliver discovery within 15 days of arraignment. This webinar will be recorded, and we will send out a copy of the recording along with additional information in an email shortly after this webinar. Other housekeeping rules are that we will be doing a question and answer period at the end of this webinar. So feel free to type any questions throughout our presentation in the chat box, and we will review them at the end. Our presenters today are going to be myself, Aviv Redlich. I help oversee our government and law enforcement clients here at Veritone.
And you have David Dominguez, Solutions Architect here at Veritone.
Our agenda for today is we will give you a brief background as to who we are here at Veritone. We will discuss how Veritone can help you comply with Law Article 245, which will come into effect January 1st of 2020. These applications will help you expedite search, review, redaction, as well as exporting all your evidence. And those two applications are called Illuminate and Redact. We will jump into a demonstration of both of these applications, and we will finish off with a question and answer period at the end of the session. To give you all a brief background as to who we are here at Veritone, Veritone is a full-service artificial intelligence company. That means we have capabilities on our platform such as transcription, translation, object detection, logo detection, and more. We're working with clients across various different verticals, whether it's media and entertainment clients, legal and compliance, as well as federal and state government. And we've developed the world's first operating system for AI, in which we call AIware. We're also founded here in California. However, we have offices across the United States as well as internationally.
Thank you, Aviv. Let's walk through the Veritone AIware stack to get a better understanding of how we can help your team with regards to Article 245. I'm going to begin at the bottom at the ingestion layer, where we have several adapters available today to ingest large volumes of audio and video and other formats into AIware. This flows into our cognition layer, where we leverage multiple cognitive classes of artificial intelligence, such as machine transcription, face detection, etc. And moving up, we leverage our conductor orchestration layer to pull from the best-of-breed engines relevant to your data type. We flow all of this information into our metadata storage layer, which is called our temporal elastic database, that allows you to search and interact with the intelligence and insights gained from the artificial intelligence. From here, we can expose all of this information to our integration layer. Veritone has an open API, meaning that we can integrate with almost any system out there today, case management and other review platforms. Veritone also has a proprietary suite of purpose-built applications that we can leverage to interact and review all of this data. Two of those, for example, Illuminate and Redact, which we're going to go over today. How does AIware stack relate to Article 245, where district attorney offices must provide discovery within 15 calendar days of the defendant's arraignment? Today, we're going to go over two of those purpose-built applications that are built on top of the AIware operating system that will allow your teams to more efficiently review and analyze your data to comply with the new mandate being going into effect January 1st, 2020. The first application we'll cover is Veritone Illuminate. Illuminate will allow your team to ingest large volumes of audio and video and other data types into AIware, where you can near immediately search, review, and analyze all of that output. We also leverage custom text analytics to extract important people, concepts, and other topics from your data, which will allow you to explore your data without having to know what to look for. Illuminate also integrates with other Veritone applications, such as Redact, which we're going to go into next.
Just like David mentioned, Veritone Redact completely integrates within Veritone Illuminate. And the purpose of Veritone Redact is to use artificial intelligence to quickly redact any sensitive audio as well as video within the files that you're working on. So for example, Veritone has automatic face and head detection, which will go frame by frame and find every single head and face throughout your video file, and then allow you to simply select those heads and faces that you would need to redact. Additionally, Veritone can track objects throughout the screen as they move around, which eliminates the purpose of going frame by frame and reviewing and redacting every object. Additionally, through the use of Veritone's machine-generated transcription, we allow you to quickly search and review those transcripts to redact any sensitive audio that may need to be left out of the file.
All right, thanks, Aviv. Let's go ahead and get started with our product demonstrations. First, we're going to give you a look into Veritone Illuminate. All right, a quick tour. First, I'm going to begin by showcasing our customized directory here on the left. This would allow your teams to ingest your data from multiple media sources and organize in your defined preference. So you can organize this by custodian or at the case level, completely up to you. These folders will allow you to filter so that you can focus in on the relevant data that you need to. Up here at the top is our search bar. This is where you can leverage and search against our Elastic database. For example, I have a set of phone calls and video files in this workspace. The search bar allows you to use Boolean operators, wildcards, proximity searching to really help you build these complex queries to cull down and find what is relevant to your case. I'm going to throw a couple of terms into here, the name Ronald and the mention of the word guarantee and different variations of the word guarantee. Down here at the bottom, it's returned 2 files. I'm going to go ahead and open one of these up. This is going to open up our media details page where we provide an embedded media player as well as our speaker separated transcription. As you can see, as I play the video along.
Good morning, this is Matt. Hey, good morning, Matt. This is Ronald with Global.
It's going to bold as the playback, with the playback, so it's all time correlated. You can also click anywhere into the transcript to focus on a specific segment of that dialogue.
Fine. I don't. Yes, yeah. No, I can go ahead.
The media player, the media details page also allows you to edit the transcript and these speaker labels here on the left. For example, first line, good morning, this is Matt. I can change instead of speaker A to say Matt and apply that to all instances where he was detected. Similarly down here, we know that his name is actually Ronald, not Roger. I can quickly edit that as well as change that speaker label. When you're done, you can save, and then you can export the transcript as well as the media file to produce when you need to make a document production. Jumping back into the home screen of Illuminate, the next thing we're going to cover is our text analytics visualization, which is under the Data Explorer tab. Now, what Text Analytics and the Data Explorer are providing is the ability to explore through your data without the use of search terms. For example, if you had a large volume of phone calls, maybe from a prison, you can ingest those into AIware, run it through our cognition layer to use machine transcription, and then we run our text analytics on top of that transcription. And what that's going to do is generate this sunburst visualization that allows you to quickly view the results that are actually mentioned in your audio or video files. These can be categorized as organizations, locations, products, and people. On the outer ring is the actual mentions of that in your dialog. So if I wanted to focus on all files where the name Matt is mentioned, I can give it a simple click, and that's going to return all the data where Matt is mentioned. Quick example of locations. Brooklyn is mentioned. A quick click will allow you to pull up all files where Brooklyn is mentioned. This can be used in conjunction with the search bar. So if you wanted to focus on maybe a specific organization and run a search term, you can do that as well to further pull down to relevant data. We also have a dashboard which gives you some metrics on your volume of data. I'm going to focus on some video files and where the name Brian is mentioned. And I know that I have a file in here where it was a body cam video that I need to redact. As we mentioned before, Illuminate is integrated with our redact application. I can give it a quick click here and send it over to redact. Also, for the video and the audio files that you do not need to redact, you can queue those up here and run a quick export. All right, so now I'm going to view this file where Brian was mentioned in the transcript and the video, and this is our redact application here. So redact is built on a couple layers from our cognition layer. We use head detection as well as machine transcription to expedite the process of applying audio and video redactions. So over here on the left, we have our media player. Down on the bottom left is where you can track your progress of what's being redacted. And over here on the right is our video and audio tabs that allow you to apply the redactions. Beginning with the video, you'll see here that we've already had a series of heads detected in this video file. I can give it a quick check to tag this frame to be redacted. You'll also see here on the bottom left that this has created a block over the time where that face exists. I can quickly go through this list, check off all the faces, and excluding the false positives such as the hand down here. And then once I save, all of these faces will be redacted. Switching over to the audio tab, this is our machine transcription. And this is where you can quickly search for any mention of sensitive data where you need to redact, such as Brian. I have 2 instances of the name Brian being mentioned. I can give it a quick right click, redact both instances, and then I can also do a simple drag over any text, right click, and redact. From here, I would go ahead and save my work product, and then I would redact the file. Once that is done, you can download and preview that file here. I'm going to go ahead and play this so we can view what the output will look like. So you'll see the face is blurred out, and we'll also have some dialogue silenced here. And there was the audio that was redacted. That concludes the demonstration of Illuminate and Redact applications. We can go ahead and move into the Q&A section. And as a reminder, feel free to post your questions in the chat box inside the webinar.
So we received our first question. The first question is, what file formats are supported within the Veritone platform? So Veritone is completely equipment agnostic. to the system in which the files come from. So as long as those files are in a standard video or audio file format, they can be ingested directly into the Veritone platform. The second question we have is, how accurate are the machine transcriptions?
Great question. So what we've seen, as you know, audio quality can range. We typically see an average of 75 to 80% accuracy. And we achieve that accuracy by leveraging our conductor technology. That's our orchestration layer that takes best of breed engines, leverages multiple of those machine transcription technologies together to produce a final output that is more accurate than any single engine provider.
The next question we have is, how long do transcripts take to generate?
So we generally see transcriptions taking about a third of the length of the media file. For example, you ingest a 1-hour file into AIware, it'll take about 20 minutes to transcribe and become searchable.
And the next question we have is, how secure is Veritone's cloud environment?
So today, Veritone has a CGIS compliant GovCloud, and we've also received our FedRAMP ATO. And just to clarify, Veritone Illuminate and Redact are both available in those secure environments.
And that seems to be all the questions that we have so far. If you all have any additional questions or would like to receive additional information, please feel free to contact me. Again, my name is Aviv Redlich. My contact information is on the screen. Again, a recording of this webinar is going to be sent to all of you who have registered, as well as with additional documentation of our applications that we overviewed here today. Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to helping you with this new law.